ambitions.
Beat out, we're back.
We are back.
Our podcast has done a lot better than we thought.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Maybe it's DNA. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. we had a heavy hitter. We opened it up with a heavy hitter. So.
Yeah.
Legend. Shout out to DNA.
And we have.
They really like the Kid Chaos one too, though.
They did.
Yeah, they really like that.
They
joint.
did. Yeah. To all of the people that do tune in, I think they expect deep conversation from us, which just makes sense.
They do. We're supposedly like the woke cats.
Which is weird,
intellectual cats. When we're really not. We're just regular.
Yeah. When beat out, you're not regular, nigga. Don't do
regular.
That.
I'm regular as fuck.
And everyone stop hitting me like just because I hang out with beat out. I'm not as woke as this nigga, bro. I'm lost. All right. I'll bring my white girlfriend in here right now.
Yo, I'm more lost than you, bro.
But we do have a special guest with us. The illustrious guests just keep coming.
You know, I feel horrible to have to bring you guys down a notch here.
Is that what you're doing?
Kid Chaos,
Stop
Jade.
it. Oh, stop it.
Thank you for making it.
Thank you for having me. I'm hyped.
Yeah, good.
I'm honored.
Good. We appreciate
you being here.
We appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
There was a lot of, we were talking kind of off camera about the world you navigate. That no one talks about it.
Yeah.
Being in, and me and Beat always try to do half battle rap, half something else, deeper shit, you know. But being in the world and the culture, what's some of the like things that we wouldn't know about? That's difficult.
That's a good question.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. I'm like on the fringe of the culture. I'm just a fan of the culture.
Okay.
But but I feel like I have slowly chipped away at sort of entering and being welcome in a lot of the time. Like,
of course.
I can't believe I'm sitting here with you guys. But something you wouldn't know.
Well, I just want to give a perspective.
I mean, it's obviously difficult, I would assume, as a woman, just being in a male-dominated, and unfortunately, males dominate a lot of aspects of everything in the fucking world. But battle rap, the culture is chauvinistic, misogynistic, aggressive. So you, as media or as a journalist, so to speak, how is that for you? Because you have to interview these guys and you have to like keep it on a certain level. You know what I mean? Like,
interestingly enough, I actually walk like a line of privilege in battle rap. Because like, look, I'm here with like battle rap MCs that I'm a fan of and that I watch. I got into media like 8 months ago. Media loosely, you know, me filming on my iPhone. So as a fan, it's been overwhelming. Like Lush One and Disaster invited me onto No Jumper. I get to go to all these battles. I've been to 19 battles in 8 months, and so I kind of feel like I get this like privilege that sometimes I feel guilty for. And I think some of that might have to do with like, you know, there's a lot of men. Here comes this like woman just like showing up, and there's so many women in the culture and in media. So I just feel like I just kind of struck gold, I guess.
I do want to ask you about that, like in like a elephant in the room kind of way. Like when you talk about like the privilege, do you feel like a lot of it has to do with just like, let's be honest, like the way you look? Like you're a pretty girl in the culture, which is rare.
Don't do that, Dot. We're not doing that.
I'm just saying. I'm doing it. It's a rare thing, right? Like no, I'm trying to be real.
I don't know, because all the women.
Not to say that you're not good at what you do, but I'm just saying, it's a rare thing. You know what I'm saying? And so men just trying to swoop in. You know what I mean? Do you feel like that?
I don't know, because I've met so many beautiful women in the culture.
Really?
Like, yeah.
You can count them on one hand.
Dot is wild and early. Dot is wild and early.
I was just playing.
Like sometimes I'm shocked, like when I meet certain people, because like in person I'll be like, I love the way you rap, but then in person I'm like, wow, you're like so beautiful. You have such a presence about you.
Righteous.
So, but I don't know. That's a comment I get a lot. Like you're only here because of how you look.
Yeah.
Which maybe that's the case. I don't know. I don't claim to be like super. I'm a new battle rap fan.
For sure.
So really, I'm just here because it's exciting and fun for me, and I love it. So maybe that is some of the reason. I don't know. I think some people also like my personality. I think that I come off. I think it's nice to like have energy. This is feedback I've gotten that's like new and exciting, because I still am not jaded by 100%. The culture.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah,
100%.
I can be, but usually I'm not.
So let me ask you this. I don't want to put anything on blast, but usually when you become a fan of something early, you have bad taste.
Yes.
Until you learn more about it. So who was like your favorite battle rapper?
Well, I just told you when I walked in. No, I think I have great taste in my favorite, I'll be honest. My favorite ever, and like one of the first people who I saw that like made me like obsessed was Danny Myers.
Fire.
Yeah.
GOAT.
Fire.
Shout out to Danny.
Shout out to Danny.
What's the first battle you've like ever seen, like period? Like
yeah. The first battle that I ever watched that made me a battle rap fan was Iron Solomon Rum Nitty.
Oh,
really?
Man.
Yeah.
How'd you just stumble across battle rap?
I feel bad because I've been putting this story on blast a lot this week, and I feel bad, but my ex-boyfriend put that on.
Okay,
cool.
Okay.
So,
that's usually how it works too.
Yeah. 100%.
He put it on, and then we watched battles all weekend, and that's kind of what I've been doing since.
That's bullshit. We don't talk about that enough. There's been people that I've dated. I'm in a lovely relationship now.
Yeah.
But that I've put them on the shit that I wish I could take back now that
Right,
the relationship didn't work.
No, and I like stole that from him. Like,
For sure.
Like,
that
I know
happens.
my ex-girlfriends are sharing playlists that I curate.
For sure.
My ex is a big beat-off fan.
Oh, word?
Boo.
Yeah, so I discovered
Shout out
you
to him.
through him. No, well, shout out.
I mean, if that's cool for me to say, shout out to you, brother. I appreciate you.
Me too, for sure. Look who's here.
Yo, that's dope. That's dope.
It's kind of cool how that works.
Well, being a fan is a little bit of, because I have this, but there's a whole like don't meet your idols type thing. Not saying you idolize these guys, but has anything been ruined?
Yeah.
Has that been an aspect? Yeah. How often would you say that happens? Fairly often or no?
No, because I think I've been lucky in that like a lot of people have been really cool, like cooler than I would expect.
Righteous.
Like you guys included though, like you guys have always been so kind and like welcoming and polite to me. I really appreciate it.
For sure.
That's obviously not always the case. So yeah.
So there has been a case where someone like you were a big fan of, you met them and it just went left and you're like,
yes.
Oh damn, that sucks.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I argue this a lot with Sarah a lot because we're living in a culture now. In all forms of entertainment, we're learning more about people's personal lives.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a blanket statement, but do you guys struggle with separating art and someone's personal life? Like that person you met, are you still a fan of them even if they were an asshole in real life?
I have a great this is probably a bad look to say, but like one of my like legend, like somebody I consider just like the ultimate legend is Averb, and you know I disagree with everything he stands for.
Oh, you talking about when Verb be on this Kevin Samuel shit? Yeah.
Verb says some crazy stuff that I hate.
Yeah, he's a wild boy.
Yeah, but like
He's a wild boy.
I love like watching like vintage like Averb battles.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah. So you're saying you are able to separate
in
it?
some cases.
Okay. I'm not.
No?
I'm not.
Of course you're not.
Yeah, I'm
you're
really
a purposed
not.
individual.
Yeah, I'm really into like the core of who you are and what you represent. That's why I never want to meet like my idols. I really don't. Like I never want to meet
Hell
Jay-Z.
no.
Although I'm sure he's a great dude, I don't even want to chance it, bro.
No.
I never want to meet Jay-Z.
That's
Never.
fair.
Yeah. I think I'm becoming. I will openly admit I'm like voluntarily being ignorant because the more information we get about people, I'm like, damn man, if I hear one more Kanye story, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
Right.
I just want to be in a place where I just appreciated his art. Now that
That's it.
That might be like ignorance.
But imagine with Kanye's personality, right? Mm-hmm. Am I good?
Still. Let's see if you're.
My bad.
Oh, you're good.
All right.
Good.
With his personality, imagine if you were to meet him though, and he's like, you feel me? And he like
terrible.
that would just fuck up everything, bro.
True.
That would
I
just
just
fuck
wish.
up everything.
I don't know. I wish it was. I think we just as humans have probably a little too much access to everything nowadays.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The internet, social media has made everything accessible. Yeah.
How much of yourself do you put out there in terms of like on socials? Do I know you pretty well if I follow you on all your socials?
No, because like I was showing you, like the most important person in my life is like my child.
Fire.
So I don't share my family really, just because the nature of, and you know, like I said, I'm on the fringe of battle rap. I'm not really like a part of battle rap, but I still feel so.
We would argue otherwise.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, I think you pretty much in the culture now, like officially.
Yeah.
But that's dope. That's smart that you don't, divulge too much information. It's crazy out here, especially being a woman and shit in the culture. Like
You're pretty private on socials, right?
I try to be.
That's purposely a purpose you do? Or?
Yeah, I think for me, with my children, with their with the autism thing, I want to be vocal about that. So I do share my children a lot. I think if they weren't autistic, I probably wouldn't. I probably would be like you, like really reserved with them and showing them. But because of their condition and because Black people tend to shy away from those kind of conversations, and just like without that diagnosis, that just looks like, oh man, them kids is bad. They just need, you know what I'm saying? They just need a whooping. But because I know the situation and I kind of want to bring awareness to it, I'm kind of open to that. I'm open to showing my children, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to create more conversation. But if they weren't, I would be like that as well. Yeah, for sure.
Outside of battle rap, give us your interest outside of battle rap. Yeah. This has taken over your life the last probably 8 months, right? It's like been such a huge thing for you.
Thankfully, not at all.
No? Okay.
It's kind of like, what I love about battle rap is like none of my friends or family are into it, so I can like come to LA and go to events and like have social media where I engage in stuff, but then I can turn it off and sort of go back to my real life, which is nice. But my interests, I work in legal aid, like in civil rights law.
Fire.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Fire.
which I love. That is definitely like my passion. I'm working on starting a nonprofit.
Fire.
Yeah, to give back to Black people who need help securing housing.
Dope.
Yeah, I love being a mom. I love to cook. That's like one of my favorite hobbies.
What's the go-to meal?
My best dish. I love making African food. I'm West African.
That's right, West African.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a lot of family out here, or is the majority of your family still in West Africa? You're from Togo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dope.
Yeah, so all my mom's family is still in Togo.
Okay.
My dad's family's out here.
So what's the Togo dish that you...
Oh, I love making, like, my favorite dish is like a peanut stew with like fufu maybe or rice.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Fire.
That's dope.
Fire.
That's super dope.
I'm like low-key allergic to peanuts though, but that still sounds fire. That sounds fire.
I'll have to make you something different.
That's fire.
That's
how often do you go back, or do you go back?
Yeah, but I haven't been back in a long time.
Okay.
I'm going to Egypt next month.
Fire.
Yeah, so I'll be on the continent, and then I definitely want to hit Nigeria or Ghana, Togo.
Super dope. You going with your daughter too?
I really have to bring her. Yeah, she's never been.
Oh, that's fire. That's
phenomenal.
That's amazing.
Should be fun.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's tough to. It's weird. Do you feel a little separation between Americanized? This is a terrible way to say it.
Culture, like
even black Americans.
Yeah.
That have grown up here. Their whole life here.
I feel like my life's work as somebody who's had the privilege of like growing up in Africa and experiencing the magic and the freedom of growing up in a place where like the standard of beauty is Black. I feel like my life's work as a Black American woman is to just fight for race equity here in America in any way that I can. You know, it's not like I feel like that's what's like led me to my career choice, and that's what inspires me. As it, you know, we know what it's like. It's difficult to live in America as a Black person, obviously, for everybody. But I do get, like, I've had the opportunity to experience life in a place where there still is issues with race and stuff, but where it's just so totally different. And I would wish that for everybody, but I've been lucky enough to have that. So, yeah. That's
really dope.
What's your opinion on, like, so, like, there's always these debates and these arguments between, like, they have all these groups now, like, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar, but, like, ADOS, which is African Descendants of Slaves.
Okay.
FDA, which is FBA, Foundational Black American. These organizations are kind of like, they're Black American organizations, but they're kind of like anti-African. There's this fight between continental Africans and, well, there's this supposed fight. That's why I want to ask you if it's real from your experience, like this. Yeah. Hey, we're on the continent. We're the real Africans. You guys are not really authentic. Your culture's kind of like bastardized and kind of like poisoned. Like you know. So like, there's this little argument going on. Do you feel that, like, when you go back and when you come here, when you talk to your family, is there any like?
No, and I might just be like living under a rock, but I'm just not familiar with a lot of that.
Got you.
No, I would say, you know, I'm from a coastal West African country, so like, you know, probably related to many Black Americans.
Got you.
Right? But my immediate family wasn't descendants of slaves, so they're back in Africa. But
see, that's very interesting to me because like our lineage is like that. Like our shit is cut off. You have direct. Yeah, that's so fire to me. Like you have a direct line, you know, to your to the continent, to your country, and a lot of us don't. You know, we got to do fucking 23andMe and all these 100%. DNA tests to get that. So that's special. Like I'm sure it's special to you, but like it's dope to hear that. Like that's very rare.
Come to Africa.
Got to.
Come to Africa,
got
please.
To.
Big facts. We would love to have you.
Yeah.
How do both of you feel about, now there's a little bit of a rising tide in representation and the conversations being had that wasn't being had 20 years ago. How do you guys couch it where it's like, is this progress? Do you call it progress nowadays? Or is it the Malcolm, like, if someone stabs you in the back 10 inches and removes it 2 inches?
You talking about like American, like racial
just
equality?
American, yeah. Yeah. Do you feel hopeful for the future? Are you glad about the conversations that are happening now? Or are you feeling more of a microscope of like, oh shit, this is just highlighting
I think that Black Americans' perspective is like misplaced. Like this idea of being American is like, in my opinion, totally out of whack. Like, you'll never fully be accepted into America like as a true citizen. Like you'll always be not outright, but just the undertone of it would be, you guys are second-class citizens. We don't really want you to catch up to us financially, which is why we're still arguing for reparations and all this shit that all these other people get and we don't get. Yeah. So for me, I wonder why we still have that fight. I wonder why we still want equality, why we still want to be treated fairly, create our own situations within our own communities and our own environments. Like, it's really easy. Like all kind of cultures do it. Like Hispanic cultures come over here and they set up shop. You know, LA is like baby Mexico. You know, you got Chinatown, you got all this dope shit. You got the Jewish community. They come out here and they set up shop. We still scatter around and run around like chickens with our head cut off, racing for this or that or wanting this and that. Like I just think it's just misplaced. And if we just redirect it and just focus on our communities, you know, we'd be all right.
I agree that that's the answer. I would say the reason it's so difficult is because, you know, obviously like because of like chattel slavery and like all the like shit that Black people had to
We're fucked up.
Yeah,
we're fucked up.
You know, it makes total sense. But yeah, I agree that that's the answer. Yeah. Is like we don't need to be perceived as equal by white people. We just need to like build our own communities. For sure. More.
Damn, this is blowing my mind because I always thought now. Obviously, the dominant religion, the dominant race in America is Caucasian Americans. Right. You're saying that it's kind of asinine to want equality from them.
Bro, like the Asian community, they don't even care about voting.
They don't give a fuck.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, they're like, I don't give a fuck about voting. We're gonna handle everything like municipally, like maybe, and vote, you know, on that level. But like the Asian community set up shop, they got all kind of, they're smart enough to come into our communities and sell us shit. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that. You know, I'm not gonna say that I'm an advocate for capitalism, but if we're living in that structure, you got, you know what I'm saying? When in Rome, you got to play the part, and then you know, then we can equal shit out later. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, man, I don't get us, bro. Like, I don't get why it's so difficult to just see what everybody else is doing and just do it that way. Like, yeah, there you go.
Sure, you buy black.
Buy black.
Like doing little things to be intentional about that, like. Remembering like we have to support us. Yeah. That's like our only way.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
I know you were talking to, what's the owner of Somewhere in America's name?
Oh, my boy Devlin Carter.
Yeah, you guys were having some good discussions about why Black people buy designer clothes.
Yeah, he was dropping gems.
Yeah.
It was dope. He called it the devil's wardrobe. That shit was fire to me. Like when they buy Amiri and Gucci and da-da-da-da, like that shit is literally the devil's wardrobe. Like, what the fuck are you... Bro, I don't want to be judgmental and shit, but it's just kind of like, you know, to each his own, I guess. To each his own. You know, I'm just like, bro, if you have enough money to buy that, you also have enough money to like create your own brand to compete with that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're at that level where you can go into the Gucci store or whatever, and Amiri, and you could drop racks and racks and racks, you also can develop your own shit to be in competition with those, but to still sell to your own community where we're practicing group economics and that dollar doesn't get out of our community so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, giving money to them, you know, white racist corporations, and they don't give a fuck. Like,
I was just a deep dive a couple years ago about how difficult it is for the black dollar to stay in the black community.
super difficult.
Bro, it flies out
I think
here,
it like moves like one time,
and
once or
it's
twice, and then it's out.
here.
Yeah.
Like they're just like if you needed to get gas. I'm like, is there anything even close to like a black or just a franchise gas station? Just like everyday things that like you would have to Google.
Right.
And I was like, there's got to be an app that's telling me what's black owned around me. You know what I mean? There wasn't.
Yo.
Yeah.
I think there is one.
Is
right?
there? Okay.
Yeah, I wish I knew the
Yo,
yeah, we got.
there
Sorry,
is
everyone.
one.
We'll put it in the
We need to
description
look-
if we find
We
it.
need to take the time to just like look it up more.
Yeah, there is
Yeah.
one. No, I feel bad that I can't remember
Yeah,
it.
same.
There is one
We'll
for
put-
sure.
if we find it, we'll put it in the description. But Jade, I wanted your opinion because me and Bita, I probably have this conversation with him once a month. Do you feel an obligation with any success you have to send a ladder down?
Yeah.
Because I called him like 3 months ago. I was like, Dad, I'm really struggling with like, I feel like I'm not successful yet, but I do feel this real guilt of like trying to find other people to get anything that I have right now. But I don't even consider myself a success. So how do you deal with something like that?
I mean, I work for a nonprofit, so I don't know how successful I am. You know, I'm not like out here balling. But yeah, for sure. I just like any opportunity like for, yeah, I don't even, I feel like I can't speak on it because then it makes it less meaningful. But
Yeah.
especially
what you're saying.
in battle rap, like I get offered a lot of opportunities. Like if I can't do them or if I think somebody's better suited, I always try to pass that along like to somebody with, there's so many women. I think actually this is a good way to tie it all back, but I think there's a lot of women in battle rap media who don't get enough opportunities. And I think there's lots of spaces for them, like especially like as far as leagues and commentary and doing news and lots of different things.
Shout out to Nikki Knowledge. She's dope.
Look
You
her
gotta
up.
hit me to
Yeah.
her. I don't know her.
Yeah, she's dope.
But
She's
she-
dope. She's battle rap media. I would consider
man.
her. Yeah.
All right.
I've done a couple interviews with her, and she's just a sweetheart. She's like a chill, cool person, sweetheart. She's a
Dope.
She needs to like get her.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How do you? I know you. Do you voluntarily look for people because you've had success in the battle rap space,
Yeah.
clothing space? Are you? Is there ever weigh on your mind to be like, I have to get someone from my area, someone who looks
For
like
sure.
me, to have the same type of success I have in this space?
For sure, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, anything I could do. I don't think that, I don't know. I don't look at myself like that, like I'm on some super level or whatever. But yeah, whatever I can do, and whenever somebody reaches out to me and I'm able to do something, I do it for sure. Like I've put a couple of my little homies on in the battle rap space.
That's right. I've been to an event where you're.
Yeah, my little homie, Prolific Rico, Lil Danny. I put him on. I got a couple other homies that are interested in shit. Like, so yeah, I try to. I don't have that much. It probably looks better than what it really is in terms of my pool, and you know what I'm saying? So I be trying though, bro. I definitely try when I can, for sure.
Have you gotten the hey, you're Jade from battle rap yet?
Yes.
Out in public and shit?
Yes, and like even when it happens, isn't that crazy? That's
It's
so
super crazy.
That is like laughably crazy. But like even at events when people are like, "Oh, I love your content," and like want to take pictures, I'm just like, "Are you kidding?"
That's fire. What made
We
you
got her early. In 10 years, she's gonna be like, "Who is this?" When we call
out
her
of
to do an
here? She
interview.
be out of here. She gonna be doing some shit for like Fox or some shit.
Yeah.
What made you want to? So you said your ex dude put you on the battle rap, but then what made you want to actually like pick up a camera and start like getting into that?
So we broke up, and that was the only person I knew that watched battle rap.
Okay.
Which is weird because it's a big and a small community. But that was before I had Twitter. It was before I was on YouTube like looking for like commentary and like predictions, and so I didn't know that all this was out here. So I would just watch battles and then be like, I have nobody to talk about this with. So I just like decided to try like filming myself, and yeah, I created like a cool little community.
Now, have you done anything similar to that? Because that takes a lot of courage, right?
100%.
To be like, I'm about to pop into this culture brand new and pick up this camera and just say, fuck it. Like, have you done something else like this? Or this is like...
I mean, when I was younger, I modeled.
Okay.
Yeah.
In terms of just having public eyes on you and having the heart to get out there and model. You're saying it's like related in that way?
Maybe.
Got you,
I'm trying to
got
think
you.
of what the closest thing would be. I guess that.
Because that's interesting. Because I mean, to me, like that takes some balls to just pick up the camera and speak and
Well,
give your
I didn't really
opinion.
think anybody was gonna like
Actually
find it.
notice. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's you know, and still, it's still like I feel like my channel is like a pretty small community. It's like a small channel, so.
You really being modest, man.
Yeah, we don't do that.
'Cause
We're not doing that, Jade.
No, because honestly, I feel like your like media rise has been like pretty fast in
Yeah.
comparison to like a lot of people.
Yeah, I do think it's been quick.
Yeah.
And you've just got attached with a new battle rap league.
Yes.
Oh, word? What's that?
Explain that to us. Can you talk about it? If you don't talk about it, we can skip it.
Yes, I think I can.
You
Shout out
signed
to
the NDA?
GTX Battle League, which is
GTX?
yeah, Lush
Okay.
One and Disaster are creating it.
Oh, I heard about that. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
shout out to them. I'm so grateful for the opportunity. That's been just the most mind-blowing opportunity I've had so
That's
far.
fine.
Describe your kind of role in that or partnership or duties in that. Is it?
Yeah, we should bring Diz. I don't know what my role is.
We got Diz later.
I know I'm a staff member for them. So far, I mean, it's been incredible. I got to film an episode of No Jumper with them.
So great.
Fire. With Adam 22 dude?
Adam 22 wasn't there, but we were in the studio.
In the same studio?
It'll be on No Jumper.
Oh, that's fire.
It's pretty crazy.
Dope.
That's dope.
Which
Congratulations.
Is
That's amazing.
Thank you.
So you're like the media part of the league, I would assume.
I think a lot of it will be media. Hopefully, maybe like being on the podcast every once in a while.
Oh, it's a podcast too?
Yeah. Well, they have a podcast deal with No Jumper, which is
Oh.
crazy.
That's wow. That's a big move. Shout out to Lush and Diz.
Yeah,
shout
that's
out to those
fire.
guys.
Okay.
And their card that they released is like a good mix of what I've always wanted to see on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to KOTD, but I've always like in terms of just being a fan, I've always kind of leaned towards away from their bigger acts on KOTD. It was a little too like backpacker and for me, you know, just preference wise, you know.
No, I feel
but I didn't want them to book all URL battlers either, and I
Yeah.
feel like this first card that Grind Time's put
What's
together.
the card?
Bro, it's got.
Oh, GTX is grind time.
I don't know if we're supposed to say that.
Oh shit.
I think we're just supposed to refer to it as GTX. We'll edit it out. But they got Geechee vs. Clean.
Fire.
Do you know the card? That Saint vs. Trez?
Yeah, it's headlined by Disaster versus a Mexican battle rapper.
Maxino?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Who's
got
that?
a big following. I'll rip you to him, man. It's gonna be dope.
Is it like the oxymoron situation where he's like a star in Mexico?
Huge star.
Yeah. Which Diz is a genius for that.
That's fire. Is he a battle rapper though? He's just
Yeah.
a
He's a battle rapper.
Oh, he battle raps out there.
Yeah.
Fire.
Cause you remember what that Oxy battle did with Diz? It was just like
Yeah, I was on that card.
views.
Yeah, I was
that's
on that
right.
card. That
That's
shit
right.
was
Is
crazy.
that Verb?
I battled Verb on that card and like 20,000 Russians was like looking at me like, bro, what the fuck you talking about? Like they didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. I'm talking about Mike Brown and shit. They like they didn't give two fucks, man. I was kind of mad about that. I was like, bro, wrong crowd. Wrong
your
crowd.
audience,
Yeah,
dog.
I'm like wrong crowd for this
Know your
battle.
audience.
Hey, but that's fire though. Damn, okay.
Yeah.
I heard a little something about it, but I didn't really know. That's
Yeah, there's
dope.
some good matchups. I think the Fate versus Holmesy the God. They got, I forget the card.
Averb is on that card.
That's right. Oh, Verb versus Pass.
Yeah.
Ooh, I
That's
love
kinda
that.
dope,
I
right?
love that. I
kinda
love
dope.
that.
You got a good Verb sidebar.
I got the best Verb.
You got a very. I think everyone.
I got the Verb after he was tired of bullshitting. Like, all right, fuck it, I'm about to lace up. Because before me, he had like 3 or 4 battles. It was kind of like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then versus me, I got that nigga mad because I did a diss track and all kind of shit.
You were at that nigga's neck.
Yeah, I was on his
And
head.
I think he was like freshly geeked up off of veganism.
He's a brand new vegan.
Yeah, brand new
He like newly woke.
Yeah,
but
brand
you know
new
when you're
vegan
newly
energy.
woke, you still kind of like on the bullshit too.
Yeah, like you
So
still
he was
with the
like
shit.
50-50. Yeah. I got a dangerous Verb. That battle was crazy.
Okay, so now that you're media, you can't answer this. But I'm trying to get you in a spot before you get too blown up where you can't answer it. Do you have a top 5 in battle rap?
Can I give you like a few of the people in my top 5?
Sure.
Okay.
5 of them. no, do your thing.
In no order, except for Danny's my favorite.
Danny's your favorite.
That's so
Yeah.
fire.
Fire.
Not enough people say that for how good Danny is.
Man, incredible.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, when you go through stats and consistency, like he's gonna be considered the GOAT.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He does not get enough credit
Yeah,
for
for
everything
sure.
he brings.
For sure.
Okay, Danny.
40 bars is in my top
Fire.
5.
Fire. She's incredible.
I mean, B-Dot is definitely
Honored. Honored.
Boo.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
hating. Boo. Cut it out.
Somebody likes woke bars. She from Africa. Duh.
She only likes when you do gun shit, she said.
Oh, okay. I feel it. You like red
That's
hooded
dope.
dot.
That's a good lineup. Okay.
That's dope. Appreciate that.
Yo.
How about Rum? Is Rum in the top 5?
Rum Nitty, I respect and think he's an absolute legend, but I like Geechee Gotti more than Rum Nitty. in my
Fire.
top 5.
Fire. Okay.